Check your margins, of course, your guidelines. I'll go to layout, margins and columns. Are they all set properly? Number of columns, I've only got one, but you may have more, of course. What the gutter is, check all those as well. And in the bottom left-hand corner, I've got one error here, and I'll click on that and I'll go to the Preflight panel. The Preflight panel does a check, and here it's given me an issue on text, overset frame, text frame, page 83. And I can click on that, and indeed I have got a red plus here. And so I'll leave it in here because I'm sort of just teaching. So I could, of course, click on the black arrow tool, click on the red plus, and go to the next page to apply. And there's more as well that has to go. So I've got to fix that. And that's an issue with the blank pages, of course, as well. So I then have to go through and check everything works. What errors the Prefright panel checks is sort of up to you. And I can go to the hamburger menu here and Preflight options. I can set this up. What do I do to check when it's opening and so on and so forth. And the profile is just a saved set of settings. And here's the info for further information on, there you go, you see, on that particular issue as well. And I can switch it on or off, of course, and it will go through all pages or not, as the case may be. And I can go to define profiles here, and I can call it what I want. And if I do a plus, I'll call it test. And I can check for all of these. I can check for links, color. I may want to check for color, check the images, check the text, all of them as well, and check the document, all of them as well. And all of these I can play around with. So I can check under images, image resolution. I can expand that, minimum and maximum, etc. And the color. I can check for transparency, CMYK, and all this sort of stuff. And I'll do OK, and I'll change the Preflight to test. And so I can go through and check them one by one and find them out and then do what I need to do. Once I've done that and obviously fixed everything, I'll do a quick save there, then file and export. And you generally export to PDF. And in here, I'll put it as a standard PDF, PDF for print down here. And I'll do save. Then I can go through all the settings that I want to make sure work for my print output. And the compatibility is up to you. PDF preset stores all these options. So you can go to PDFX, for example, which is a good sort of basic layout. But the older version of Acrobat means the more versions of Acrobat in the past can open it up, so the more people can see it. I generally tend to go to Acrobat 8 or 9, but again, I need to talk to my bureau. Can they cope with Acrobat 8 or 9? And are there any settings they require me to put on? So for example, marks and bleeds, printers quite often want you to output to marks and bleeds and so on and so forth. So you just go through all these and set them up, and then you export them. And finally, what you do when you've put everything to bed and you've finished, just go to File and Package. And packaging basically copies everything. It gives you a set of errors as well, a list of what fonts are you using. So check those. Links and images, any issues? There are, of course. Colors and inks. Are we expecting other colors like a spot color or something? If it doesn't show up here, you've got a problem with your colors as well. So check your colors, print settings. And packaging, basically, it's asking me to save, is going to create a folder, and it's going to copy in there my fonts, my link graphics, etc., and PDF according to whichever preset I want. You get a warning because you're copying font software, and you get an error for the overset text. And this creates a folder which copies everything inside, which works out very nicely indeed. And I'll show you with the standard folder. I'll just bring it in. This is the original InDesign document. Here's the folder that's just been created for packaging. I'll go into that. And here's again a copy of the InDesign document, the PDF created, an IDML, which is a markup document, so old versions of InDesign can open it up. Here are the fonts I'm using, and here are all the images that are linked. And that's basically what you do to check your document for print.